Now, to close, brothers and sisters, we read from Patriarchs and Prophets 5:10, 5:11. Ellen White makes a very good point here. Okay, now Nebuchadnezzar gave homage to the Most High God, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But then he made a decree saying, if anyone was to say anything against their God, shall be cut up into pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill. Now, it was right for Nebuchadnezzar to the king to publicly declare and make a confession and exalt the God of the heaven and above all other gods. He was right in doing so, okay? But in endeavoring to force his subjects to make a similar confession of faith and to show similar reverence, Nebuchadnezzar was exceedingly his right as a temporal sovereign, meaning he was exercising his right as a sovereign temporal in the wrong way, a temporal sovereign in the wrong way, because he said to all the people, if you do not bow down to the image, you'll be thrown into the fiery furnace. But then now he's saying, if you say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you should be cut into pieces and your house made a dunghill. See, God does not force us. Okay, God does not force us to do anything. He never compels us to the obedience of him, nor does God compel us to the obedience of man. He tells us to choose. He gives us the option. Okay, God never forces us to do anything. So where Nebuchadnezzar were threatening man with death and with the death of their family, let's just say, because the house will be made into dunghill, where he was threatening them with death and the death of their family, he was not doing God's work. He was going against the work of God, because God does not force, which is very important to understand. So this man here, this king over here, as a temporal sovereign, a man king of this world who has temporal responsibilities, was not confessing this new sort of faith that he is trying to find, or he is trying to understand by asking people to look to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but instead forcing them to believe in it. That is the wrong way to go about it. We never force anyone, brothers and sisters. We plant the seed and we let the Holy Spirit do the work. Each and every person must come to God on their own will. Okay, they need to come to God in a willingness. Okay, now God is all divine, and his divine power will only work in us if we give him the permission. God will not come and save us without us asking him, because again, God doesn't force. But when we ask God to save us and we give him permission to do so, then he will use his power to come and save us.